gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in chalk. I really hate to trip, but I gotta lope. As they croak, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Fool. I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like, on my knees in the night saying prayers in the street. Like we've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Look at the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the streets, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my tin in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster, set tripping banger, and my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger, fool. Death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life do or die. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things is going, I don't know. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. We've been spending most their lives living in the gangster's paradise. Most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. We keep spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? That the ones we hurt are you and me.
Himself gets rid of the pain of being a man.
Caught here in a fiery blaze, won't lose my will to stay. I tried to drive all through the night. The heat-stroke-ridden weather, the barren, empty sights. No oasis here to see. The sand is singing deathless words to me. Can't you help me as I'm starting to burn all alone? Too many doses and I'm starting to get an attraction. My confidence is leaving me on my own all alone. No one can save me and you know I don't want the attention. As I adjust to my new sights, the rarely tired lights will take me to new heights. My hand is on the trigger, I'm ready to ignite. Tomorrow might not make it, but everything's alright. Mental fiction, follow me. Show me what it's like to be set free. Can't you help me as I'm starting to burn all alone? Too many doses and I'm starting to get after a flip today. Sometimes I don't know why we rather live than die. We look up towards the sky for answers to our lives. We make it some solutions, but most just pass us by. Don't want your absolution, cause I can't make it right. I'll make a beast out of myself, get rid of all the pain of being a man. Can't you help me as I'm starting to burn low? Too many doses and I'm starting to get in the traction. My confidence is leaving me on my own. No one can save me, and you know I don't want the attention. So sorry, you're not here. If this ain't too long, my vision's so unclear. Now take a trip with me, but don't be surprised when things are what they seem. I've known it from the start. All these good ideas will tear your brain apart. Scared, but you can follow me. I'm too weird to live, but much too rare to die. It's close to midnight, and something evil's lurking in the dark. Dark, under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. Yeah, you start to freeze as horror looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, cause this is thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. You hear the door slam and realize there's nowhere left to run. You feel the cold hand and wonder if you ever see the sun. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination. Girl, but all the while you hear a creature creeping up behind. You're out of time, cause this is thriller night. There ain't no second chance against the thing with 40 eyes, girl. Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller night. Night creatures crawl at the bed, start to walk in their masquerade. There's no escaping the jaws of the alien this time. This is the end of your life. They're out to get you. There's demons closing in on every side. They will possess you unless you change that number on your dial. Now is the time for you and I to cuddle close together. Yeah, all through the night, I'll save you from the terror on the screen. I'll make you see that this is thriller night. Cause I can feel you more than any fool would ever dare try. Thriller night. So let me hold you tight and share a killer thriller here tonight. Cause this is thriller night. Girl, I can feel you more than any fool would ever dare try. Thriller night. So let me hold you tight and share a killer thriller. I'm gonna thrill you tonight.
Wolves falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood.
I'm gonna thrill you tonight.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside across the shell.
I'm gonna thrill you tonight.
XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by our community and the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our executive producers and MVPs are an amazingly generous bunch, only shown up by the incredible support of our grand benefactors, Cryat56 and Assassin Entertainment. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely Xbox Era CEO, Torn Raptor. This community is the best one on the internet, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra and pledge your support. Welcome to another episode of Xbox Era Headlines, the place to catch up in a succinct 1 hour way with all of the latest in video game news from across the internet. Today is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025, and Jesse and I are going to talk you through everything. So Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, PC, massive video game leaks. Whoops. As a bonus for our wonderful patrons, we make audio versions of these episodes available to them to listen to in their preferred podcast app. But if they're on Spotify, they can link their account and listen to it there instead. If you would like to become, and I sincerely mean this, an absolutely awesome human being, head over to patreon.com/XboxEra, where you get the added benefit of supporting us directly to enable us to do more cool stuff like this. And you can feel good about yourself. I mean, what's not to like? Hello, Jesse. Good morning to you. It's been a morning.
It has.
We've been woken up. The internet's on fire.
Yeah. You've been smashing out all the news, getting all the clicks.
Yep.
Let's get another one. Smashing Darkness. The Alone in the Dark soundtrack. What a weird email to get a year after the game came out. So much stuff. Enormous drops. Big leaks.
I know.
I've had no less than 46 emails today, many of which I forwarded over and Cengiz has taken care of. So thank you, Cengiz.
Yeah, as always, thank you, Cengiz. Thank you to our entire team. Thank you to you in the chat who are here to hang out and talk all of this stuff through with us for the next hour. And we're just going to dive right into it. I'm not going to bore you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the banner topic.
Marathon.
The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster, not a remake, is definitely real because, Reddit got hold of some screenshots directly from Virtuos, which is the developer that's partnered with Bethesda and working on this, straight from their website. Whoopsie daisy.
That key
now
art
they're
is
all over the internet.
That is banger key art, as they say.
It is very pretty. If you want to as well, just as a heads up, the
post not found. It may have been, you put a tweet in there, it's gone.
Oh wow! Someone's deleted it.
Was that Wario's tweet?
Someone's deleted it. I don't want to be targeted for sharing all of these. It was a tweet from a user on Blue Sky that had shared some of the images. Clearly, they perhaps are terrified. So, yeah. If you want to see images, are people on the Xbox Era forums have shared some more of them. But you can see direct comparisons here to the original Oblivion, and it's frankly very nice Unreal Engine 5 glow up. It seems
very pretty. Here, I'll put the whole link in chat for folks.
Surprised and impressed. So yeah, I think this is a Halo CE anniversary. This is a Ninja Gaiden 2 where you have the old engine, which I think for this is it the Creation engine?
Gamebryo
for Bethesda.
Creation was
old school.
Yeah, Creation engine was for Skyrim, and then Creation 2 for Starfield.
Yeah, so this is the old engine, as we understand it, with Unreal Engine 5 running over the top, making things look pretty. And they look really pretty. Like, it cannot be denied.
Oh,
That
Final
is
Fantasy
some-
14 yelling at us. Pay attention to me, not Elder Scrolls.
Me, I'm the RPG you want to play.
Hey, look, it's our own ad.
Yeah,
We're so professional.
I mean, I'm no RPG
Nope, it's gone.
fan, but like from your perspective, Jesse,
Oblivion 4
as
was
someone who
amazing at launch, and this looks amazing. Supposedly, there's going to be some quality of life stuff that goes in. It's not a remake. It is a graphical remake, but the game is called Remastered. And so depending on the quality of life stuff, and if hopefully they get rid of the scaling enemies, which they probably won't, because I'm guessing that's just kind of baked into everything, I would very much like to play through this again. It would be cool if it was an actual release and not a shadow drop, though. I don't like shadow drops. They're hard to review.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm. The shadow drop thing is a weird one, right? Like, and it's kind of linked to the second topic, which is the Game Pass drop that they've just revealed today. But this is a sizable game, and it does feel a smidge. I mean, hey, look, it's Microsoft's marketing budget. I don't, whatever. But like, this is probably something I will briefly look at and then never touch again. But for fans of the series, the shadow drop is cool from a consumer perspective because, boom, here we go. No muss, no fuss. Game's yours.
And it'll still be that for like 95% of the customer base who won't know that it's leaked.
Yeah. But for big fans, like I've seen arguments, I'm sure you have as well, of people arguing that Microsoft, should be saving this for the June showcase and making it a surprise there and getting some eyes on. But Microsoft and Bethesda typically they quite like shadow drops. It seems, I don't know what the reasoning or the thinking is behind it. It didn't do a great thing outside of the hardcore for something like Hi-Fi Rush, for example. But
I mean, Hi-Fi Rush did fine as a shadow drop compared to being announced and coming to PlayStation and doing okay. Like. Yeah. I don't know.
That's true.
That's true. In these situations, they tend to just know more about the numbers. So I'm like, maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. I don't know. It's all feelings. Like everyone just goes off of feelings. We feel, and it seems this way from our anecdotal evidence, but the reality is, I have no idea.
Either way, it's real. And further to that, Jeff Grubb yesterday, and it's funny because I wrote the story up about what Jeff Grubb said yesterday during the Giant Bomb Show, in that he's had, from his perspective, he's put a date on it. He said from a week starting April 21st. So next week, one of those days next week, boom, here's the game. And I wrote all that up, and I made a bit of a joke about it, Oblivion Remaster is definitely maybe possibly coming next week because it's been this persistent rumor for like a couple of months. And then 2 hours later, yeah, okay, it's definitely real. And here's all the screenshots. It's like, oh, okay.
So yeah, this is what they would be glowing up. Because you go back to Gamebryo and it looks like a 360 title. It was a very pretty 360 title at the time.
It's really pale. I saw someone in the chat saying, "Oh, I missed the pale look," and I'm like, "They're right. That's a really good word."
It was very desaturated.
Yeah, it was washed out and odd.
It's back when people were trying to figure out lighting. Like Half-Life 2 was really trying to figure out HDR lighting. If you remember that whole setup, you need to have certain cards and stuff like that. And then actual HDR hit with monitors a long time later. But Oblivion I remember loving Oblivion. I liked Morrowind, but it drove me insane with the hit and miss mechanic not being tied to if you actually just hit something on the screen, but being a dice roll and friggin' I swang through this creature's head, but it says miss and now I'm dead. Like that drove me insane. I think Oblivion was a big step up in some quality of life ways, while every iteration since has taken steps back in the player agency, kill anyone, anywhere type of thing, just because of how hard that gets. Like even with Baldur's Gate 3, which will be in the news later, it took a very long time of them working on their own bespoke engine to be able to support all the gameplay choices that you can do and stuff in that game. But it also severely limited how the game works. It has to be that 3/4 view, behind the back, over the shoulder, but it's all like slow turn/timing based. When you're trying to do this type of gameplay, it's really hard to open things up more when you have more direct control over how everyone moves and everything. So I will be very interested to see if this one plays that differently. Because I do think this gameplay with super pretty graphics be okay. It's not going to be great.
I mean, I have fond memories of having a 360 back in the day and stepping out for the first time from the dungeon and into that open world. I mean, it was a transformative moment from a game's history perspective. It was a real big, like, whoa.
And to answer the chat, yeah, these games always, I thought, let you go to third person. It wasn't great to play in, but you could.
Yeah, there definitely. I remember there being a third person.
So like I saw Jordan Midler say, this is the type of game that should end a showcase. I'm like, man, this game is from 2008, right, or something like that. Like it plays.
It's not a remake. If it was a remake, you could.
Yeah,
you could
if it was, but that's also.
Smaller showcase.
But that's also as much work as making the Elder Scrolls 6 almost. Like that's why a full, because these games are simulated, you have to then figure out, okay, we're remaking this in Creation Engine. We have to make all the simulations work again. And we know just from the goddamn opening of Skyrim how long that can take. Like the opening of Skyrim was what, months of tweaking? And then they found there was like one rock or something in the way that broke the simulation every time because they don't fake anything. That's why people like their games. They only work on their engines. This is an Unreal Engine 5 graphical remaster, but it's still probably running on Gamebryo. It's going to play like Oblivion. Just those expectations need to be kept because Oblivion doesn't play great. It never did. It plays fine, but like it plays worse than Skyrim, and Skyrim isn't known for playing great.
By the way, it's real, and maybe it's next week.
Oh, 2006. Sorry, 19 years.
Yeah, it's close enough.
I mean, almost 20 years old gameplay. It's still going to have that gameplay for the most part, probably.
Yeah, there are some gameplay changes. I think, according to.
There's a lot of quality of life stuff.
MP first, there's sneak icons that are highlighted. There's a blocking system that's kind of been put in place. The stamina system has been modified to be less frustrating for the player. The HUD has been changed to make it easier to understand and more aesthetic.
It was very it was a very 720p, everything's enormous HUD.
Yeah. And archery's been improved to make it more playable in third and first person. So yeah, that's
at the very least. If they just move you down a little bit to the left in third person, that would probably help because in some of those games you are just you can't see what you're aiming at in third person all the time
because you're standing in front of it.
Yeah, you are right in front of everything.
But yeah, what a roller coaster of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
Everyone always calls me JESSIE. No I. Those are for ladies.
Only at the weekends. But yeah, what else? What else is worth diving into? I do want to comment one thing. I do feel bad for Virtuos on this one. Like it's kind of like there's been this open secret, and then before you know it, oof. It's leaked just a week before, reportedly, you're going to actually shadow drop it. I mean, what a way to take the shine off. I do feel bad for the devs.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. It's out there now.
And
like there was a moral quandary in like, should I write about this? Yes, and everyone else is going to. So
the moment I saw everyone writing about it, I was like, yeah, I'll just make it the main headline topic instead of PlayStation prices because like it sucks, but now it is the news, and it's not no one like signed an NDA and broke this. This was somebody did inspect element on Virtuos's website, found their image directory, and the images were just in there. Yeah. So in case you're wondering where it came from, it wasn't somebody hacking. It wasn't somebody breaking NDA to some
just using
creep like Tom Henderson who pays them. It was millions of dollars every person. That's why everyone does it. It was just somebody who's like, oh, I've heard that they're doing this. Let me look. Right click, inspect element in Edge. Oh shit. Image directory that's just wide open for the public. No, this would not be Xbox exclusive. This is listed as Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam in some of the images.
Game Pass. It's coming to Game Pass day one. There is a deluxe edition
with horse armor.
Reportedly brings back the horse armor. Woo! I'm glad that they've put it back in there. That's good times.
Yeah. This is, I mean, the original came out on everything, so it'd be really weird if they decided this one doesn't.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like Abdul in the chat says, John, how would you feel if Console Wars leaked?
He was very
Yeah,
scared he
I
was
would
going to
be-
for a long time.
Yeah, like the whole. Do you remember like with the whole secret project where we were like John's got a secret, and we had the songs, and we were just teasing it.
Thank God we don't have
constantly.
any secret projects right now.
No, shh,
We don't.
we do. No, we do.
We don't have the bandwidth for anything more. We're already too busy.
Oh, I love it. I love this job.
Our secret project is trying to get to
Stay
have
alive.
enough money
Stay alive.
to not fall apart.
That's all right because everyone in the chat right now is going to hit the like button to make the algorithm like us, and then
They're all going to be back on Friday when we do our big old subathon, where anything you want to do, Twitch bits, Twitch subs, YouTube super chats, YouTube subs, or more better for everyone, Patreon subs, either signing up new or gifting them, or that PayPal link that's in the chat. If you want to donate to our forever GoFundMe for travel expenses, because we want to go to things like Summer Games Fest and Gamescom and the Game Awards and all this type of stuff, because we get invited, we just can't afford to go.
Yeah, very true. We do really want to go to those things.
So that'll be Friday all day long. Just hang out and have fun as well, because we'll be there playing lots of games like Monaco 2. I want to play more Zombie 4, maybe some Halo.
I saw some people in the chat were asking me to do a little stream, perhaps when you're maybe first thing in the morning, if you can get me started and you want to rest up. Blueprints, doing a little walkthrough, because there's some folks that have been playing Blueprints are like, I don't get it, and I'm like, let me show you.
If we want people to immediately leave the stream, we could do Blueprints. Yeah, it's pretty boring, but no, it's we're going to go through a lot of stuff, so feel free.
Yeah, we will. It's going to be fun. Tune in Friday. We'll see you there. Next up in the news. We mentioned this very briefly just now, but Microsoft and Xbox have announced the second drop for April with
Wave
Game
2,
Pass. And good Lord, hold on to your butts because there's a lot of games coming and an L for me, apparently.
Yep.
Coming to Game Pass in April, we have Towerborn, which is arriving on April 29th.
And we'll be playing probably on Friday as well. Not probably. We will be. The Xbox version, you get to see it first. And unfortunately, John gave me the wrong name on one guy, so he's got to re-render some stuff. So we will have we'll have a full interview and gameplay segment, 45 minutes long, going live Wednesday for patrons and Thursday for everyone else.
Correct. So,
and patrons get to see the wrong name.
No. Bad.
Too late.
Re-upload it again.
No.
So Towerborn is coming April 29th. That is a cross-game preview with cross-play with Steam and the Windows Store version. And yes, as Jesse says, we've got a 45-minute chat with the game director and the combat designer with some exclusive gameplay ahead of launch for you guys to enjoy.
Is the game director named Rob, John, like you told me?
Only in my heart. Now, next up, we have Expedition 33, which is the very, very gorgeous looking RPG coming April 24th.
You know something
Jesse,
interesting I noticed? These are all cloud console and PC.
Yep.
Every
single one.
Yeah, we will have we should be 100%. I know, unfortunately, some people aren't. Like I was talking with someone who was like, nope, they've said that we're not making the list for Expedition 33, and I felt really bad because as far as I know, we should be. I was in the preview, but they were also in the preview. But then they're not on the list. Yeah, it's weird. But we should have a review for Expedition 33 closer to its launch on the 24th. So keep an eye out for that. Or I'll be very mad. One of the two.
He will. We also have SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game, coming on April 16th.
My leak. As in, I noticed that it said Game Pass on the cloud page. Like Play with Cloud said included in Game Pass a month ago for that Patrick Star game.
Oh, well, nice spot. We have the interesting looking.
Hey, Mike CJ, I'm interrupting again just for you.
He does interrupt. He does interrupt me a lot. Mm-hmm. It's a thing he does. He can't help himself. Yep. He likes to blame the latency of the big ocean between us, but
no, StreamYard's really good with the latency.
Okay, you were just lying to me then. The interesting looking crime scene cleaner is coming on April 17th. That's right. Don your marigolds, get the bleach out, and clean up all of those grisly murder scenes in Crime Scene Cleaner. That's coming to Xbox, Cloud PC, and console on Game Pass.
That key art. for crime scene here is so cheap looking. The game isn't cheap looking. The game looks fun, but like, my God, that key art.
Yeah, each to their own. The lovely looking Tempopo is coming on April 17th as well. And then we have Far Cry 4 on April 30th from Ubisoft. Anno 1800.
That's the new Anno.
Across, I know, Cloud PC and Xbox Series X and S on May the 1st.
Newest.
And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Not the one you
coming May
said.
the 1st as well. Yeah, look, all right. I was wrong. I'm going to take my L. I'll take my social media licks. I was half right. Do I get half a point?
No, because I also said, and I
Hey,
know
man,
I'm right on
what I
this.
was shown. It's what I was shown. It's what I was told.
The goddamn 360 versions of Call of Duty games, you can use your modded 360 and just hack people's accounts and mess them all up.
Yeah.
I bet you until they fix that, they don't want to put those ones into Game Pass. Also, those ones were all Hans Zimmer music. Who knows what the licensing is with those? Like, Activision had so many licensing things going on. Like Tony Hawk 1 and 2, not in Game Pass. Why not? Because it's probably a freaking licensing nightmare with all the music and stuff. It takes a while. And is it going to be worth it? So, but also, did you notice, John? Grand Theft Auto 5, Far Cry 4, Anno, and Dredge, all right into Game Pass standard. Normally means they're going to stick around.
I hadn't mentioned Dredge, but yes, Dredge is coming to Xbox May the 6th, which is awesome.
Yeah, and Dredge became, so I reviewed Dredge at launch, and then at some point last year, it randomly became Play Anywhere. Just out of nowhere, no announcement, nothing. It just became a Play Anywhere game. I was like, oh, that's normally a precursor to Game Pass, but then it still took like 6 months or something.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward. I haven't played Dredge, and I'll give that a go.
It is fantastic. It's a mix of puzzle game for fitting shit into a square of inventory and like little third-person boat adventure game. And a lot of Cthulhu-ish horror. It's very good.
Lovely. Just quickly checking here. Crazy South African bought Anno less than 2 months ago. Oof.
Thank you.
But hey, you supported the devs. That's no bad thing.
And,
don't feel bad.
And he's the reason people have to buy them or else they'll never end up in Game Pass. It's been proven.
Accurate. Sorry, my pipe ran out of juice and delivery service. Thanks, dear. And Tim Perry in the chat, will Talborn have couch co-op? Hells, yes, it does. I got to demo it at GDC, so I'm talking about my impressions of that particular build, and it was great. They also had it available on the ROG Ally to play at the event. It was also great. In fact, I would say to you that the game really sings on a handheld, which I think bodes well for whatever future hardware Microsoft might be partnering with someone on. I'm just saying.
And yes, the GTA 5 Bash video editor is the enhanced version on PC.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I need to put that on.
That's in today, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
CEO Torn Raptor says, do they answer when Talborn may hit 1.0? I think they have goals for that, but the answer for them is, okay, and we talk about it a little bit, so I don't want to spoil the eventual interview, but I will put it this way. If you think about it, they've gone from a paid early access where they've listened to a very close-knit and arguably smaller community just on Steam, and now they're unleashing the game to 30 million subscribers on console, across console and PC. It's probably a fair bit of feedback to wade through. So I wouldn't expect 1.0 to be dated in any way, shape, or form. It's more a case of listen to the feedback and then go from there. And from everything, all the conversations I've had with the folks at Stoic, from the game director, Dan McLaren, who is an exuberant and lively chap, to put it bluntly, and the lovely Trish Stouffer, who is the CEO and plays more Towerborn than you might suspect for someone that's building it, like a frightening amount. She was actually disappointed in my skills the last time I played with her. She was
so was I.
You've let me down. Yeah, well, who can blame me? I'm, game journo mode.
Ooh, I'm asking questions.
It's really hard to talk and play. Yeah, it is. You're right. It is. But still, it's good fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to revealing a bit more on Thursday. And you should look forward to it. I think Towerborn's a really good game, and I'm hoping it finds a good audience on console. If you yearn for those Castle Crasher vibes, but with a lot more depth to it, if you want to go and find it, I think you'll have a good time. Leaving Game Pass, just before we move on to a different topic, on April 31st, we have a Nice Death, Kona 2 Broom, Sniper Elite 5, The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Good game. Thirsty Suitors and The Rewinder all are leaving the service on April 31st. So you've got 15 or so days to get in there and get some of them played / completed before your time runs out. And don't forget, Grand Theft Auto 5 available today. Anyways, next up in the news,
in happier news.
It's not happier. PlayStation caused a bit of an uproar this week as they raised hardware prices again. Second time in a generation.
Oh, and Chio,
the EU.
Real quick to let him know, they are doing a wipe. So if you've played Towerborn on Steam before this next patch, progress wiped. But it's the only wipe they are ever planning to do. No more wipes, just to let people know.
That's good.
Back to the happy news.
PlayStation 5 are increasing the price across Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. They announced it in a blog post.
At midnight on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, PlayStation 5 Digital Edition is now €499. It's gone up to, I think, £430 here in the UK. Australia, $829.95. The digital edition is $749.95. And in New Zealand, it's an eye-watering $949.95 for the standard PS5 with the Blu-ray drive, and for the digital edition, still eye-watering $859.95. What the fuck? I mean,
it's funny they're putting the digital edition up, but the digital edition is the main thing they put out there now. They are also lowering the cost of the expandable Blu-ray drive, but you can't really find those anywhere often. Like, they sell out all the time. So it's like, cool. But yeah. But as Jeff Grubb and many others have talked about, especially me over you repeatedly today, it is a response to tariffs in a way where the U.S. is their biggest market they have to compete in. So everyone else is going to eat the price increases there because America.
Look, it's fair to say, don't talk about politics. It's not politics. It's everybody's lives that enjoy this hobby.
Basic economics. You can't. Basic economics really matter when you're spending money on stuff.
Yeah, America is the biggest and most powerful country in the world
for now,
right? And they, unfortunately, have been responsible for crashing the economy several times.
Our housing market was great. What do you mean?
Yeah. So we had the 1930s crash. We had the 2008 crash, which, I'm going to give America most of the blame. You know why? Watch the movies, read the documentaries.
We did create COVID too. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Look, it is not good. Now, do I expect Microsoft to raise prices too?
Yes.
Eventually, yeah. I
every company
similarly,
they're
going to do it. And it sucks that it's going to happen. But we had this situation where Nintendo had announced the Switch 2 and then delayed pre-orders because of the economy. All right, so you get what you vote for, people.
Got a super chat about this from Cody Bishop.
Yeah. Cody Bishop says Xbox Everywhere helps Microsoft not worry about tariffs. From a software perspective, maybe. And you could make an argument that with Microsoft having less of a focus on hardware this generation, that they could weather the storm. But
they don't want to.
Look, companies aren't our friends, and no one makes anything for free. Nope. And if it's going to cost them more, then they'll raise the price if they have to.
They would charge as much as humanly possible if they knew it would be bought at that. Whatever they know it can be bought at is what they will go to.
Yeah. It is a crappy situation and definitely a industry first. I mean, we've never seen prices of consoles go up in a generation before.
Now twice for PlayStation.
Twice. Yeah, right now at least. We'll see. I fully expect the Nintendo Switch price to be adjusted for the US and Canada, and it sucks.
Well, it ends up being, they're still taking them other places, but it will trickle throughout the world. Also, the Switch 2 launch is going to be weird They keep saying like they're going to have a ton of Switches, but not many physical games and not many accessories. Just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But also, so if you ever want to know what an article skeleton is, and I'm not poking fun at True Achievements here, because I had the exact same thing, and I almost published before I changed it. Xbox Game Pass adds X games in month year, was their headline before they fixed it. So I had that. I had Xbox.
We've all been there.
I had Xbox Game Pass ads. I went ahead and assumed Call of Duty. I put Modern Warfare 2, Expedition 33, and blank more. And I almost published it saying blank more today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I expect everyone everywhere all at once to continue raising prices in every sector. There's like almost nothing not affected. The whole there's going to be an exemption on these things lasted 2 days. They're constantly changing their minds whenever they feel like it. Like there is no policy, and it is just one person's random thoughts being sputtered out on social media, setting the world's economy, which is a very bad system. So it's just going to lead to very bad things. So
yeah. Yeah, like at the end of the day, the only people that truly suffer, like the billionaires that are losing billions of stock, they're still billionaires. Do you know what I mean? The only people that actually suffer are us. And the sooner that the common population kind of wakes up and realizes, wait a minute, these guys aren't in it for me, then the second we can start seeing some improvements. So unfortunately, I'm one of those people that kind of believes that the whole world needs to get really fucked up before we can actually start to earn and claw forward some of those changes. Unfortunately, the system is the system right now. It sucks. But there you go. Elsewhere in news, Bungie.
I don't even think we said.
What? What do you want to interrupt me for again this time?
Well, you didn't give me any time to jump in there in the middle. You just immediately went to the next one. Maybe it's your fault. You ever think of that? John? Hi, Twitch. We're on Twitch now, by the way. I just want to say hello to Twitch chat, like Cap Coog. How you doing?
Hi, Coog.
Don't let John yell at you.
Did you want to get anything else in before I moved on to the next topic? I'm just checking.
I haven't been paying attention. What's up?
Okay. Marathon was revealed over the weekend with some extended gameplay.
You're way into it.
And all sorts of things. This is currently, at least according to the very hardcore online internet bubble, either a triumph or a massive failure.
There's no in between.
No. So Marathon is the latest first-person shooter from Bungie. It is a 3v3, 18 players, whatever. PvPvE extraction shooter. It is very cool looking, in my opinion. Others may not think so, but I thought it was a pretty neat art style.
You know what the issue is, I think, for a lot of people? It's a really low bitrate 1080p bunch of videos that are out there. That does, yeah.
With no HDR on it. You can't get a full-on vibe.
In person, I bet you it's very, very pretty and colorful.
Yeah. It's been played by creators and
not us,
influencers, and some of the game's media ahead of its reveal. Some people are really into it and think there's a really solid game there. Others think it's a solid game, but unsure if it's got any legs. And others are just straight up extraction shooter. It's not for me. I am, I'm kind of the person that will go in and play with friends for a couple of times, but it's not. With these kinds of things, it's never going to become my entire existence like many other people treat games, right?
Well, it also doesn't seem to have enough to do that. Like there's 3 maps. They haven't done the story
6
yet.
heroes.
Like they literally said they have not done the story yet. So I don't know. Like it might be a really fun weekend, but outside of that, I don't know what's the progression loop going to be. That's such a big thing.
Yeah. Yep. And worse. It's a choice. I mean, it's Bungie and Sony's choice at the end of the day, but it is not a free to play game. And I think that asking people to drop. They haven't said it's a $70 game.
They said it's not
premium product.
Yeah, they said it's not close to 70 was their wording. But
so it might be $30 or 40. Or
they've been 40 on everything so far at Sony.
I just feel like it's going to be too much of a barrier for entry in an oversaturated market, and it's not going to find any success. That's my concern, and my concern basically extends to the survival of Bungie as a studio. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
At this size and with this much, at this size with this much content, this feels like a mode in Destiny. like it's not meant to be a bad thing. Like it would be an expansion worth of mode, but it's like it's just not normally the type of thing you look at and say that's a $40 product. Like Tarkov has an enormous progression system in it with all the vendors and the gear and all that type of stuff. And even there, they end up friggin' wiping you all the time because people get way too powerful, and then new people can't do anything when they come in and play. I'm really curious what the loop's going to be. I'm sure the gameplay is going to be fun. Bungie's good at first-person shooters, as we all know. Yeah. The game's 100%. Probably going to look nice, but like 3 maps, 6 heroes right now at launch. Story hasn't even been touched yet. What would the story even be if this is all you're doing? Like, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it ends up going and what type of legs it has, because it's not hard to have a good launch. It's very hard to keep your player base. Like a lot of games have had
momentum. The
finals had a great launch. Naraka Blade Point had a great launch. Naraka kept its player base. The finals kind of didn't. Like you never know. It's so hard to see what's going to hit with who, and what is its sustainability? Like, I don't know. I am confounded a bit on this one. Like, why does it exist?
I think the biggest thing that they need to do, there's an alpha, obviously, that people are clamoring to get into right now because it's Bungie and the influencers and the creators that Bungie have savvily hired to come and check the game out and create content around are making noise about it. But they really need to close an open beta that everyone can try.
Yeah, you can
launch on September 23rd to get people to get over the. You're going to have to pay some money for this if you want to play it.
You need Discord if you want to join their alpha. Kind of weird.
I joined and then I got spammed by a weird bot pretending to be something from the in-universe of Marathon, and I was just like, okay, I'm out. Like if I get given a code, I get given a code. I don't care enough.
I asked their PR, they never responded if we were going to get code.
That's fine. Like, yeah. And Drake Williams in the chat, they're asking if you've ever played the finals. I like the finals. It's fun.
Nope. Never played a second of it.
I've played it a couple of times.
And I'm not saying it's
friends that play.
It's fun. To Abdul, I'm not saying it's not doing okay. It's doing okay. It just lost a lot of its audience. The jump up, have a bajillion people, and then maintain it at any level is the really hard thing, and what the games actually need. Because like not every game's like For Honor, where they just kept supporting it for years and years and years, and it just kept having this really small but passionate group that kept it alive. Even like The Division 2 died. And then it went on sale and people bought it and went, oh, this is great. And then they freaking built a team. Most of them are pretty big start, just slow down and die and can never get the momentum back because everyone's used to games like Minecraft that have endless content, or the Fortnites and Call of Duties of the world that have thousands of people working on them at any given moment. As where a game like this with Bungie, 400 now, like there's not that many people left at Bungie. They like halved in size. They were on multiple projects, and one of those projects was given to another studio that people went to. Like, I'm really, the hardest thing about live service is keeping people invested, because they have been given essentially unrealistic expectations by things like GTA 5 Online that just have entire enormous companies and upwards of thousands of people constantly pumping content into them.
Yeah, it's hard to replicate that. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Mohammed Sherez points out, not Mohammed, BT Maverick 707 points out that, as you did, it's also weirdly releasing on the same day as Borderlands 4.
The game they have marketing for. They're doing a state of play.
Successful, yeah.
Yeah.
Very successful co-op looter shooter.
That is a black hole game. Like, that is a game that is going to suck all the air out around it on its release. So it's weird to go the same day. I know there's going to probably be early access, but that is $100. So maybe a couple million for them with such a large launch. But it is really weird. It's so Mafia, the Old Country's release date leaked. It's very early August. So you have early August from 2K, September 23rd from 2K. So probably late October, early November for GTA. So if possible, early September would have seemingly made a lot more sense, but you never know how everything works. I hope the game is okay. I have quite liked Bungie's games. I've got thousands and thousands of hours in Destiny 1 and 2. I don't know.
Got lots of hours and thousands of hours in Halo 1, 2, and 3. So, and Reach and ODST. Fingers crossed for him. Fingers crossed for him. Next up, Rematch is a new game, which is what was the joke? Is it being referred to as SIFA? And it's launching into Game Pass this June. Previews dropped, I think, last week or yesterday.
Oh, there's a closed alpha or an alpha you can sign up for that people are playing.
Yeah, and lots of positive impressions. This is coming from seafood developer Slowcap. It's a day one Game Pass launch when it launches in June. It's an online multiplayer football game. It's Rocket League, but imagine if you were playing football with your feet. It looks really good, and I don't give a monkeys, and probably it's not for me. It's sport based. I think that this will do rather well. It's $30, but it is day one on Game Pass. It is releasing everywhere else, PlayStation 5 and PC on June 19th. Open beta starts on April 18th that you can register for right now. The link is on XboxEra.com. I will put that link into the chat across YouTube and Twitch.
You want some breaking news about Dune Awakening?
I will do once I finish this sentence. So yeah, go check out Rematch. What's this breaking news?
It's coming out June 10th.
Oh, there you go. Dune Awakening. It's coming out June 10th.
And I guess if we wanted, we could do a preview. That would be releasing on the 25th. It's just in the email. It's not embargoed. I don't want to because it's an MMO and I don't have the time.
No, it's not.
I do like Dune. Yeah,
I do like Dune.
I don't know that any of us are really super interested in learning an MMO enough to properly cover it.
Yeah,
they take a lot. They're like the most in-depth reviews. That's why we don't do them.
True story. That's why guide work is hard. Yeah, maybe. Also coming to Xbox, Zenless Zone Zero. It had its kind of like live stream. Hey, we're coming to Xbox after the joke it made on April 1st. Now a technical test sign up is available until 23rd of April. And they'll run a technical test for the game to make sure everything's all good. So fun times.
Yeah,
you can sign up again via XboxEra.com if you're interested.
There it is. The Xbox Spotlight. Sorry, I could not remember the name of it, but they did like a whole stream about it.
Yeah.
It was neat. That game has insane production values for being free to play. It looks very expensive, but it's the third released Hoyo-verse, not voice, game. But the second one to come to Xbox because it does seem like Honkai Star Rail, the turn-based RPG, had some form of exclusivity deal with PlayStation. But that supposedly is up in July, so maybe that one will come sometime too. But this is another very woo, as you can see by the immediate butts and everyone looking like they're freaking 12. Third person hack and slash with, I think, a lot of music in it. I forget. I don't know. It's very expensive and good looking.
Yeah. People can have fun. I'm all
for fun. No, fun is banned.
No fun? Okay. Anyway, ZZZ or ZZZ, depending on which side of the pond you're on, is coming out on Xbox. Yay. Next up in news, despite loads of leaks and screenshots and everything else, Star Wars Zero Company has been fully actually announced and / revealed with a big show off at the Star Wars celebration coming April 19th. It is being developed. The lead developer, I believe, is Bit Reactor, with the assistant developer being Respawn Entertainment. So Respawn is not the lead dev, as I understand it on this. But it's all being shown off with, I think, Lucy James from GameSpot hosting the reveal for a panel where they talk with Bit Reactor, Respawn Entertainment, and Lucasfilm Games and share a world exclusive first look at Star Wars Zero Company. What is it? It's a tactical single player turn-based game. If that sounds like it's for you, tune in.
Star Wars XCOM, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll be a certain group of people that'll be really into that if it's done well. Sounds fun. Go, go, go.
It worked really well for Marvel's Midnight Suns outside of the horrendously bad writing in that game.
Outside of that.
Everything else in that game is legitimately great.
In other news, Microsoft continues to put everything everywhere, and Sea of Thieves is the next game to come to Battle.net with Play Anywhere. Who thought of that one coming? Not me. Yeah, it's got a Battle.net version. You can buy it on Battle.net now.
And according to the thing, it is full Play Anywhere. Like if you get a Steam Deck, it means you could use your Game Pass to play Sea of Thieves. because you can load Battle.net, you can load Epic, you cannot load the Microsoft Store with its whole UWP wrapper and everything. It just does not work on a Steam Deck. It'll have Battle.net inspired sales for like all their games.
Cool.
It's mostly just logos and
I
shit.
want to represent my digital store.
I love Overwatch. I love World of Warcraft. I don't know, but and it should be cross-buy. Or it's Play Anywhere. Like they said, it's Play Anywhere, and then it was kind of like buying this does not entitle, or having bought this before doesn't entitle you to the Battle.net version. But I really think that's just for Steam and PlayStation. Also, you can spend $20 more and play it 6 days early, which is really fucking dumb.
For a game that's been out for a very, very long time.
On their own store again. Like it's funny. It's funny when they do it to the PlayStation or Steam stores. I get it, but this is their own store. It's just the fans they have that won't use the Microsoft Store.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I get why they're putting them everywhere else, but yeah, it's an odd messaging. They did come out and say that curated titles will be coming from Microsoft will be coming to Battle.net throughout the year. Like they put out a tweet. It's not, and everyone's, it's not going to be everything. It's like, no, because Battle.net's UI is not very good for this. Like Battle.net's UI is click all games and then a whole list of all the 31 games on there. Just scroll down. So if that list becomes 2,000 games, yeah, good luck. That's not going to happen. Fun UI. There you go. It was built for like 6 games. It was Diablo 2, right? Yeah. It's old school. Last few news stories now. These aren't massive ones, so we'll just talk through them. Zelda's Nintendo Switch 2 ports will let you repair equipment, but only if you download their version of Smart Glass, because you can get a bonus thing every day in the Zelda. It's Christ notes. So the Nintendo Switch Online app is becoming the Nintendo Switch app, and part of the Nintendo Switch app is going to be the Zelda Notes app. And in the Zelda Notes app, the reward for doing certain in-game challenges is the ability to repair gear, which is not something you can ever do in the base game. Also, the Zelda Notes app is the only way you can get achievements in a Nintendo game, and only for those 2 games. And if you want everything in Breath of the Wild, all its DLC and the game, to run its best on the Switch 2, it's $90. $70 for the base game and $20 for the season pass. And if you want to get the Switch 2 version of Tears of the Kingdom, you don't already own it, it's $80. So all their upgrade things seem to be the game's MSRP plus $10. So I'm guessing, but we don't know, the upgrade will be $10. Not the worst. The upgrades are more. I have nothing. I've got nothing to say. The upgrades cost more if they have more content. So like Mario Party, that one costs $20, is $20 more than MSRP. So I'm going to guess that upgrade's $20, but it's because it gives you a bunch of fun punching things on your camera mini games and yelling at your mic. Look, it's fine. People will say this is dumb, and then everyone will buy it. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like I say, vote with your wallet. You know, I saw it. Really, it cracked me up. If you haven't seen it, Skeletor reveals the Nintendo Switch 2 video on YouTube. I was in stitches. It is wonderful. I think people in gaming coverage are overselling Mario Kart. It looks fine. It looks good. It does not look like a world beater. It's going to sell like one. But as far as the game goes, it looks fine. No problems with it at all. You don't have to oversell it. Again, also, my gut says, I don't think this is going to do as well as the Switch. No. Never really had a chance. I think Shuhei Yoshida was on Kind of Funny and said like, "Oh, Nintendo's lost its identity." I think was the phrase used. Well, yeah, because they were always so focused on big generational change, and this is their first truly iterative upgrade, which is what people wanted. It was Kind of Funny. It was Easy Allies. There you go. Apologies. He's been on a lot of things lately. But he was asked about what he thought about the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and he was kind of like, it's a bit of a departure from the level of innovation that Nintendo normally do when it comes to new hardware. And the full quote was, "To me, it was a bit of a mixed message from Nintendo. In a sense, I think Nintendo is losing their identity, in my opinion. For me, they were always about creating some new experience, like designing hardware and games together to create an amazing new experience. But the Switch 2, as we all anticipated, is just a better Switch. It's the larger screen, more powerful processor, high resolution, 4K 120 FPS. They even had a hardware person starting the stream like other platforms do, right? And because it's a better Switch, the core premise of the whole Switch 2 is we made things better. And that's something that other companies have been doing for a very long time. And you know, I was kind of saying this before it all kind of got revealed. It's like, I worry for Nintendo this time because normally they do something like ta-da, and it's like, whoa. But now it is just, it's a new version. Enjoy another 8 years of this until we do another new version. You know, like, is that the best that everyone's going to hope for now? You know, from one of the best toy makers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got a super chat.
Mohammed Shred says, can you guys confirm if the new Mario Kart is fully open world a la Forza Horizon? That's the most confusing part. That's unclear. I have no idea. I've not played it.
We don't know.
I understand it's open world in that while you're doing races or doing things, you can just drive off and explore things. But I don't know how that works.
I think you drive around and then it's like Forza and you start the race at a place instead of it just being menus now. Like and there's probably stuff to do in between. I have no idea.
Yeah, there's also, you know, the road, there's races where you're going to different places and, you know, you'll journey from race to race in that open world and can take any kind of route that you want. But like, I don't know. It's just Mario Kart. It's fine. It'll be fun.
Yep.
Will it be all of the cost it would be to play it more than just you on your own fun? To TBD. I'm sure it'll do fine.
Yep.
What do I know? Next up, we have a little story about Assassin's Creed Shadows. It went woke, as we all know. Assassin's Creed Shadows, it went woke, and it didn't go broke. It was the second best-selling game in the United States for its first 3 weeks in the market. That's according to Matt Piscatella of Circana and their retail tracking service. It ranks number 2 year to date, trailing only behind Monster Hunter Wilds. And interestingly, physically, it sold more than Monster Hunter Wilds. So, nutshell, Ubisoft did pretty well with Assassin's Creed Shadows, despite the uproar online about them having a black man in the game. How could they?
And people always...
I jest, obviously. Fuck those people.
Like Assassin's Creed is an enormous franchise that's only gotten bigger, but it has gotten bigger as a game as well, longer and all that. And in general, games journalist people don't like super long games because they're much harder to cover. And so they conflate them not wanting that with it being less successful, which just isn't the case. Valhalla was far and away the most bloated, biggest, map-clearingest Assassin's Creed, and it just sold by far the best and had the most retention throughout all the COVID era. Like, it's just the way things are. People can't buy that many games, so when they do, they don't mind if they're very long. And this game is big. You can beat it in like 30 hours if you really want, or you can do everything because everything's very good in it and have like 60 hours. And it's amazing, or even more. I'm sure people are going to have 200 hours in this game.
It's happened exactly what I said would happen. Is I got really into it. I played like 15 hours, and then the next job hit, and then I've been pulled away onto other things, and now I'm like, I need to go back. But now I'm looking at I've got a preview this week. I've got 2 reviews on the go. I'm just like, I'm busy now.
And there's 2 reviews just hanging in the ether in the code request. Like there's always more. It's really hard to keep up with.
CEO Torn Raptor says Switch 2 is more of what people liked at a higher price point, and I'm all for it. I mean, look, that's the thing. Vote with your wallet. If people want to play more Mario Kart and more of Nintendo stuff, this is the only way you're going to get to do it, and that will be the deciding factor at the end of the day. But I do understand in the current economy why people are like, whoa, but also they're a business. They're not a charity. They have to sell stuff at a price that makes sense for them, and this is the world we live in. Suck it up. Next up, we talked a little bit about this one during the podcast on Saturday. There was a bunch of leaks with regards to
we don't
Black
need
Ops 7.
Yeah, the Black Ops 7's just like a bunch of zombies and gameplay stuff. And then the prototype rumor, which Nick said was a prototype of prototype, not an actual game or anything being worked on yet. But I think then Boom was like prototype yesterday. It was like the actual rumor is now that They were just seeing what could they do with modern engines for that type of game, not that a new game is actually being worked on.
That makes more sense.
But the Black Ops 7 stuff all seems to go in line pretty closely with what Tom Henderson had talked about.
Yeah. Last couple of stories here. Stalker 2 has got a big patch, and the developers over at GSC Game World have revealed a roadmap, which includes more mutant loot, some life AI updates, being able to support widescreen on PC, new weapons, and lots and lots and lots and lots of stabilization, optimization, and anomaly fixing in their game. And they also just said, hey, we're also working on a next gen update for the original Stalker trilogy as well. And they thanked everybody for all of the support.
They had talked about the next gen stuff before to get, because those games should be up there at like 120 FPS.
Yeah. I don't know. Abdul in the chat is saying, is Stalker 2 good enough, like patched enough now where people that maybe were experiencing issues is worth going back in now? Would you agree?
I think it has been for a bit. I mean, I had insane amounts of problems at launch that were mostly fixed just before launch, like literally just before. But the A-Life stuff is good. Not having things spawn in front of you is always fun, and having a little bit smarter AI at times wouldn't be the worst. There's just an insane number of fixes in there, much like the last story of Baldur's Gate 3, which got 600 pages of updates. I think it's like the biggest update they've ever done, even though they said they were done working on the game a year ago. Well, John, what did they put in there?
It's the last final patch, and here's where it gets amazing. Split screen for Xbox Series S? They said it wasn't possible, damn it. I've been told
it wasn't
for
easy.
years that the Xbox Series S is the problem. And I've had enough of these lies. No, I'm playing. It's good for them. They optimized the fuck out of it, and now players with an Xbox Series S, and that's all they have. They can play split screen with their buddies. I'm all for this.
Like, everyone's so excited. Wow, the Switch 2 looks great. And it's like, yeah, unless you're Nick and you really think this, it's still worse than a Series S. It has to be. It's a handheld. It shouldn't be as good as something that can pull energy from the wall. Like, it makes no sense. You would just kill the battery in 3 seconds. But the Series S has led to way better optimization in a lot of games. Like, Alan Wake 2 only had a 60 FPS mode, they said, because they had to optimize for the Series S. Like, it's not a bad thing for us.
Wait. Now that the Switch 2 is weaker, just hear me out here. Hear me out.
I know.
I've been through a journey over the last 5 years. Now that the Switch 2 is weaker and is getting all of these third-party games day and date, is it still the Series S's fault?
Well, yeah.
Is it? Oh.
The Switch was getting the Switch was getting all these games, and it was still the Series S's fault. Like, yeah, no, of course.
I love the internet.
Well, there's also there were rumors about a PlayStation 6 handheld, which would be more akin to a Vita or a PSP, because that makes sense because they don't have Series S profile of games. Of course, people on Resetera are like, "Oh yeah, just have the PlayStation 5 games run at 700p, and then they'll work fine on it." It's like, they don't have a system for that built into it. They don't have low-res, low-power profiles like Microsoft does. But anyways, also in that thread, people are like, oh, this will be great. It's going to really help make devs have to optimize games better. And people are like, man, with all the shit I can go in your history and find about you talking about the Series S holding gaming back, and now PlayStation might have a handheld that's like a 15-watt, 3-nanometer handheld. And you're like, this is going to help with optimization. Like, just... It's such obvious bullshit.
Love it. I love it. All right, last couple of news stories before we wrap things up here.
Oh, yeah.
Firstly, if you're an Overwatch 2 fan, heads up, it's getting a brand new mode called Stadium, which actually looks pretty cool. It kind of brings in the Counter-Strike economy layer of that game into the Overwatch system. It's clear that, hey, Marvel Rivals is giving us a bit of a kick in. Let's pull out all the big guns. And they've done that. They've been working on this for a while. It's a free update. Round-based gameplay. You buy stuff,
but John,
your character, and kick.
The biggest thing, it's third person.
It allows for both first.
Yeah, you can play third person for the first time.
competitive ranked playlist too. Isn't that cool? And last news story, this is just a public service announcement. Whoa, welcome Just James 93 for supporting XboxEra directly on YouTube. Appreciate you, bro. Metro 2033 is free for the next 48 hours as developers celebrate their 15-year anniversary on the franchise. Now, here's the problem. 4A Games have said it's free, and it's free on Steam and GOG. And on Xbox, it says, I own this and I can install it. But a lot of people are like, I could download it, but does it mean I now own it? Or is it just a free play weekend? All of that is still somewhat nebulously unclear. And I don't have an answer, nor did I have time to search for a full answer. I don't know if this is a problem that 4A Games are aware of in terms of maybe the Microsoft Store is just not playing ball with them, or the Xbox Store rather. But either way, have a go, have a click around. You tell me what you find, people. If you haven't got a copy of Metro 2033, you can now technically try and just get hold of one for free across those platforms. So that's Xbox, GOG, and Steam. You may as well go and add it to your owned list. If
Good games. Don't play them in English
on Xbox. Let us know, please, because I'd like to clear that one up.
English VO, not great. Play in the native. It's way better. No, it's John. It's cartoonishly bad. It is like a bunch of American men doing weird Russian and Ukrainian accents.
Oh, yeah, that is very true, Mr. Jonsky.
Did you do the voice work for it?
I did, in fact, do most of the voice work with our good friend, Artyom.
At what point does this feel a bit like politically incorrect?
It doesn't. It's exactly how they sound in that game. I'm not off.
Okay. Well,
I love your son match, Artyom.
bear that stuff in mind, people. With that is pretty much all the gaming news. I will shout out our last couple of bits. Doom and Doom 2 physical limited run games release. Pre-orders of beginning 18th of April. It does include Xbox, so if you want the OG Doom 1 and 2 boxes from limited run, go and check that out. Link is on XboxEra.com. As always, a big thank you to everybody who's tuned in, watched, hung out with us. Please
on YouTube and Twitch.
Before you depart. Indeed. And welcome to everybody on Twitch.
If you got a Twitch Prime.
You've got a Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're just like this, man. On fire.
Save them for Friday. I've got incentives baked in.
We'll see you on Thursday for the rest of the gaming news of the week before we delve
into
a later show? All of the video games.
Didn't you say?
It is a later show because I have a meeting that I have to attend.
Okay.
Unless you want to get Ursula to cover for me. I don't know.
No, we can do it later. More time to get
we'll
news.
Also be back. We'll be back on Friday with a whole day of games, probably some giveaways chucked in there because Jesse's generous like that. We'll be playing, we'll be chatting, hanging out with you guys, all in an effort and a drive to crowdfund some of the travel expenses that eat into so much of our operating budget so that we can go out and bring you coverage of everything at Summer Games Fest, Xbox, and more. Be sure to come and hang out. It will be a fun time. And yes, to the Patreon community, I will play some horror games.
Thanks to Zerk31, who just subscribed to the Twitch Prime. Thank you.
Oh, love you guys.
If only we had cash cleaning simulator coming May 8th. It just hit, my email. There's a simulator for everything.
Yeah. Is there a run a successful website and take over the world simulator? Because
probably.
I need some training, bro.
It's called Drug Dealer Simulator. It's how you fund everything.
Okay. All right, folks. Be good to each other. Play video games. Try not to take life too seriously. We'll be back on Thursday. Ciao for now.
I guess.
Disappeared in time. Find me wrapped in glass and slowly soaked in lime. All my friends have pictures made to make you cry. I've seen this and wondered what I've done to calcify. I ignore you as I close my eyes. I feel it all slipping away. I come towards you, the even try it. You had to be a liar just to infiltrate me. I'm still drowning. I ignore you. As I close my eyes, I feel it all slipping away. I come toward you. We all got left behind me. Let it all slip away. You're you. I ignore you. As I close my eyes, I feel it all slipping away. I come toward you. We all got left behind me. Let it all slip away. Take this away. Take this away. I can feel it on my mouth. I can taste you on my fingers. I can hear you like the Holy Ghost and kill you if you get too close. I ignore you. As I close my eyes, I feel it all slipping away. I come towards you. We all got left behind. We let it all slip away. You're you. I ignore you. As I close my eyes, I feel it all slipping away. I come towards you. We all got left behind. We let it all slip away. 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 I can't stand to see your thalidomide robot face. I don't even try it. You had to be a liar just to infiltrate me. I'm still drowning. I'm still drowning. Too drowning. If you get too close, I ignore you. As I close my eyes, I feel it all slipping away. I come toward you, we let it all slip away. I can feel it on my mouth, I let it out. I can taste you on my fingers. I can hear you like the Holy Ghost and kill you if you get too close. Kill you if you get too close. We let it all slip away. We let it all slip away. Love is a burning thing and it makes a fiery ring.